Sorry. Sorry, I don't know why my brain is just immediately freezing. But we're back. I think there's a couple different things today. Doing the microphone a little different. Before, I think my setup was just like a little overly complicated, and I think it was actually making it worse. Like, it would have been good if it was for like voice acting or something, but I think for ASMR it'll be better if it's like simpler. So hopefully that'll just keep the mic a little more manageable and less kind of like bumping up against it and stuff. But there might be a little more kind of other noise because it's not on a shock mount anymore. So we'll see how it goes. I also might kind of talk a bit more normal rather than the whispering. I feel like the whispering, I don't know, I might go back to it. I guess it'll depend on like how quiet we're trying to be, but I feel like if I whisper all the time, it'll be like bad for my voice and also just not super clear. Sorry, there's an airplane flying overhead. So let's see. I don't know how long we're gonna go for today. Maybe like an hour and a half-ish from now. So we've got a couple different things. One, I finished putting in some adjectives here, so I think we were missing 2 or 3. I put in pathetic was here, or no, pitiful was here. And I put in pathetic, but I thought that pitiful is worse than pathetic. So we swapped them. I put in meh for like 40 to 50. It's not like the best, it's not even really an adjective, but I feel like it's better than, I don't know, it's better than nothing. I think I put something in here. Maybe it was already full. Maybe it was, we were just missing those 2. But we have a full set now. I still kind of want to do a second set, but for now, this will work. So we're just going to take this whole thing, because this is like the finished one, and we're just going to put it in to here. And so yeah, I can tell my keyboard's a little more noisy because there's no shock mount, but we'll see how bad it is. Yep, and so now whenever somebody is giving a certain amount of effort, there will be an adjective to describe how much effort they are giving today. So that was pretty easy. We had already mostly finished that in a different one. So we can, maybe we already took that off the list because we had mostly finished. Oh no, it's right here. Okay, so that one's done. I don't remember if I mentioned it last time, but I think this would be a fun one, a Mad Libs roleplay generator, where it has like some sort of basic structure and a bunch of different adjectives and nouns that can randomly be put in there. I think it would be 2 things, funny and also help improv skills, my improvisational skills. So we might work on this a bit off and on. Let's move it over here, and then let's think of some nouns, some verbs, some adjectives, some, do we need to do adverbs? I guess so. And so maybe we'll just think of some things to put in there, and I don't know, maybe this won't work. I don't know if it's too broad for it to make sense, but I mean, Mad Libs make sense, so I don't know. They're not going to be like 10 out of 10 role plays or anything, but it could be something. That I haven't really looked into. More trigger words. I mean, that's just something we're always working on. More trigger words, more names. This is something that I figured out. Are these cells merged or is it? No. Okay. So this is something we might do a little later. We'll do some triggers and then maybe we'll take a look at that. Because this shouldn't be terribly difficult, hopefully. Sorry, give me just a second. Okay. Sorry, just one more second. Okay. Let's do some triggers. See what we get. Wind blowing for fantastical yak. Sorry, I'm checking the mic pattern. That was wind blowing for fantastical yak. Not my favorite trigger, but that's okay. They don't all have to be my favorite. Brave Banana really likes that trigger, so let's see here. Just do another one. Stretch, never too early for a stretch. We're getting an agreeable 69% from Wet Dumpster. No comment on that. Speedy Voidling asks when the next stream is. I might stream a game right after this. Probably no ASMR stream until next weekend. Next weekend I have to try and fix my fridge again, so we'll see. Parts came in today. I'm praying it is not too difficult to do. We don't need to do another stretch. Ooh, matte tracing. So this one is probably going to sound a bit different without the shock mount and everything, but we'll see. Sorry, my cords are everywhere. Maybe I could change the pattern for this one. Let's see. Let's see if we change to this pattern. Yeah, I don't think that works particularly well. If the microphone was closer to the mat, then maybe. But I think it'll probably be best just to stick with the omnidirectional for this one specifically. I need to figure out a better chord situation. Maybe that'll help. Okay. I am real, Lazy Bread. I am real. I am virtual, but I am still real. 94% from Lazy Yak. That is unexpected, but thank you. Kisses for Brave Shirt. Let's see here. Bursting humidifier, I already said I'm real. Definitely real. Y'all are starting to make me doubt myself now. And Smooth Shirt is giving 54% effort today, which is adequate. Kisses for Brave Shirt. It was Kisses for Brave Shirt. What does a shirt have to be brave about? I don't know. Maybe he had to go to the tailor or something. Oh, typing. Okay, well, hopefully this isn't too loud. Maybe I need to turn down the gain. We'll see. Brave envelope, 30%. Not great. Not great. Let's see here. Let's see how loud this is. Typing for Speedy Envelope. Whoops, we kind of skipped one. We just did kisses. How are you doing today? I am doing pretty good, I guess. Not amazing, but not bad. I guess I just didn't do much today. To be honest, I got up a little bit late. Smooth House has clocked in. Ooh, that's something I wanted to add, was how many times somebody has clocked in, and we could do like a randomizer number. Let's see. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm adding it to the list, because it's really not that difficult. It's like right here. Oh yeah, has clocked in. Here's the thing, like I can pick a number randomly, but if I say for like the second time or for the third time, like the ND and the RD aren't gonna like match. So we could just say equals has clocked in they have clocked in, and we'll do and times. Okay, we want a space there and a space there, and then we'll do a rand between, and we can go from 1 through this is the 7th ASMR stream, so we'll go with 7. They've clocked in 6 times. They have clocked in 5 times, 2 times. Cool. So that works. There's not even any need to add it there. Those are like quick. Light breathing for bursting house. Sorry. That was light breathing for bursting house, and worried humidifier has clocked in for the 4th time. Thank you. Thank you. You've almost done your whole first work week. Negative performance review. I feel like this comes up like way too much. I even reduced the weight of it, but I don't know. For worried candy bar. Alright, let's see here. This is kind of the reason I want to do the Mad Libs, because I feel like it gives the same improvisational thing, but with like more parameters, which I feel like would make it, I don't know, I feel like it would make it easier, but it's probably just going to make it harder because I'm going to set up a bunch of impossible scenarios for myself. Let's see here. Negative performance review for worried candy bar. Worried candy bar. Yes, thank you. Please, if you could come into the office. So I've just noticed lately that I've been assigning you a couple different projects, and there's just, I don't know. The reason I've assigned you multiple is because I keep assigning you one and you just kind of drop the ball, and so I just decided to put you on something else, but it's becoming more and more apparent that it's not the individual project that's the issue. I've been trying to, find your strengths so that we could play to them, but it's becoming apparent that you have none. So if you could, I don't even know what to ask you to do about it at this point. Maybe it'd just be best if you got another job. I don't know. I'm not going to assign you another project. I want you to finish what you're working on, but if it's not good, I'm afraid we're going to have to let you go. We're going to have to let you go. Anyhow, that's all I wanted to say. You can leave now. Bye-bye. Get out of my office. Sorry, worried candy bar. Sometimes you just need some tough love or some tough hate or whatever. I don't know. I'm not the most qualified to run this company, if I'm being honest with you. Alright. An astounding 86% effort from Lazy House. The lazy employees are giving it their all today. I'm impressed. We just did typing. I don't understand. We have like 30 something triggers and it only ever pulls up the same 4 or 5. Goodbye, lazy poster. Goodbye. Commanding house is lurking. Negative affirmations. That's like the same thing as the performance review. I have too many of these. And like I've cut down the weight on some of them, but I don't know, I kind of feel like I just don't want to do those so much anymore, at least not before I have like real people, because I don't know, they're just like hard to do whenever there's nothing to go off of, like no chat history or what's the word? Rapport with that person. We should probably leave like some of them in. Maybe just reduce the weight of all of them like really low. We'll try that. We'll try that for a bit and we'll see. Hydrate. I will definitely take a hydrate. Isn't Worried Candy Bar who I just gave the negative performance review? Look, they're doing so much better. See, it worked, guys. They're giving 90% effort. Maybe if I chew them out a little bit more, we'll get to 100. Pretty sure it was Worried Candy Bar. I could be wrong. I'm gonna take it as proof that it worked, though. Oh, sorry, my stomach. Every time I drink water, my stomach and throat just choose to make all manner of noises. Tapping for wet yak. I don't think I've tried tapping the microphone yet. Does that work or does it sound awful? Oh. See, this is one of those things I couldn't really do on the shock mount, because the shock mount is great, but it has a bunch of elastic on it, which kind of like amplifies all these little bumps. Like in theory it does the opposite, but if you actually touch the whatever's in the center of it, it kind of ruins it. Those are some nice taps. I like the ones on the mat too. I don't know which one I like better. I feel like some people do it just like hands back and forth, but I can't like go that fast without it sounding terrible, so I kind of like drum my fingers across one at a time. I was trying to offset my hands. I'm not coordinated enough for that now. That was tapping for wet yak. Red envelope, 35% effort. And I guess I'll take it. I don't know. Could be worse. Matte tracing, I feel like we just did those. We'll do a little more. 86% effort from Bursting Candy Bar. I really hate that I use the word bursting on the usernames. Speaking of usernames, we should add another adjective and noun. I don't think we added any last time. I was pretty tired last time. I'm kind of tired today too, but I don't have a reason for it today. Let's see, an adjective. I hate that I have to come up with all these words. Adjective. Complicated is an adjective. Complicated. And a noun could be control panel. Why not? busted wind blowing. I swear there's only like 10 triggers. Spell it out? We got spell it out again. Yes. We did it. Oh man, we'll have to see if I'm up for it today. Let's see. We're gonna do. I feel like it's. Should I talk or should I whisper? I'm gonna whisper for it for some reason. I don't know. It feels like it's better if it's gonna be an ASMR cover. We have our second ever ASMR cover of Spell It Out. They call me Lenny. Lenny. Ba-dum-bum. 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 That was Spell It Out for Smooth Race Car. I almost lost it there at the end. I was like, wait a second, I know this. Also, I have to figure out where to take my breaths on that. Goodbye, productive countertop. Goodbye. Speedy control panel. Control panel's already out here, and he's given 25% effort. Pathetic. Actually, it's not pathetic, it's awful. Pathetic would be, I think, 6% less than that would be pathetic. Just wind blowing. It's just gonna be nothing but wind blowing today. There we go. We did the wind blowing. That counts. Smooth poster. 48% effort. Meh. Oh, sniff test. There's pathetic. 20% effort. Pathetic from Handsome Yak. Alright, let's see if I can do sniff test without hyperventilating this time. Brave Heater, you smell like you just came from like the store, like when you turn on a heater for the first time or when you turn your furnace on for the first time in winter and there's like that burning plastic smell. That's kind of what you smell like. But I'm sure if you just run for 15 minutes it'll go away. Maybe ask for another sniff test at that point. Just did tapping. Honestly, am I just blowing through these too far? I feel like there's a bunch that just don't show up. And of course they're all the ones that I like the scissors and the head pats and the scratches and stuff. I'll take a stretch. I'm never gonna turn down a stretch. I don't care if we get that 3 times in a row. Oof. Need to figure out something to do with this headphone cord. I really like these headphones, but it's like this coiled cord, and so it's always catching on stuff and moving this way and moving that way. Heavy breathing. I don't think we've gotten heavy breathing before. Bursting banana. 95%, an unreal 95%. I don't really consider things whenever I put them on the triggers list. What's the difference between heavy and light breathing? I think I might take heavy breathing off. It just doesn't sound right. I don't know. Heavy breathing doesn't sound like relaxing. I feel like maybe it shouldn't be a trigger. We just did typing. There are so many repeats. There's so many repeats. Alright, fine, I'll do typing again, I guess. It's like really not letting it go. Typing for red banana. Whoops. Quirky Banana, thanks for clocking in for the second time. I think we're gonna do the infinity cube. We're gonna do the infinity cube for a little bit. Move it a little further away. probably enough infinity cube, but I just like playing with it so much. Alright. Now let's do some head pats. I like this new mic setup. This is so much simpler and easier to maneuver around. And I'm not bumping it nearly as much. Oh, right as I say I'm not bumping it as much, I just... That was head pats for Juice Cup. Let's do one more random one. Well, I'm gonna do that one, but I'll do one more. It's not the most pleasant sound, to be honest, but I don't know. It's worth trying. Oh, sorry. Finger flutters. Complicated candy bar. What is the most oh, sorry. I bopped you. Bopped you with my fingers. What is the most complicated candy bar? I feel like a Snickers is up there, right? There's like cookies and peanuts and caramel and chocolate. What about a whatchamacallit? Those have like a very long list of ingredients, but I'm not sure if they're just all mashed together. Or I think they're all just mashed together. I feel like Snickers is more complicated because they try to keep each ingredient in its own little place. That was finger flutters for worried poster. What would a poster be worried about? I don't know. Bursting race car, look, here's your attention. Here's your attention. You see, I'm like talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, and I'm giving you attention. I'm highlighting all these boxes for you. Look at me go. Look at me go. Here we go. Here we go. Here's your attention. Don't bother me for the rest of the stream, please. Thank you. Thank you. Get back to work. Get back to work. 6%. What else do you expect from a greasy house? You know what greasy house is? That's just Waffle House. Straight up. That's just Waffle House. So let's see here. Give me just a second. I'm gonna mute. terrified of not remembering to unmute from the incident. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep bopping you. There's so much stuff on my desk. Ugh. Okay. No, yeah, that was really unfortunate when I left it muted. It was only for like 10 minutes. On Thursday, I believe it was. Let's work on the Excel sheet a little bit. So I want to put weights on the chat messages. So we're going to put in some columns and we'll say message weight, and we'll do let's put that one there. Okay, and then we'll do 10 or whatever, and then we'll do 1, and then it's just, yeah, this one equals this. Yeah, plus that. Then we drag it down. Okay. And then we're going to come over here, drag it over a little extra, make sure everybody can see. Chat message value, and then chat message. And so over here, it's basically this whole thing. Copy. And instead of doing everything in column E, we're going for column K. All right, and then for this, copy. And instead of trigger, we're doing chat messages. The lookup value is going to be Q18, and then it's going to be cumulative 2. Okay, so now we can weigh these, which is good. So that's another thing off the list. What else? What did I just say it was going to be like the chatbot history in the ban list? That would be preventing duplicate redeems. All 3 of these kind of function off the same thing. Just get rid of that for now. So different chat modes. This whole thing is no good. We need to kind of clean up as we go, because we don't want just everything to be completely all over the place. I should also probably like try and consolidate validate a lot of this. Like, let's just put it all in one thing. So we could say those will be the usernames. And then what's supposed to go here? It's like the actual trigger. Let's say final, not value. We'll use output. We'll move it a ways down, and then we'll stick all of this stuff. Wait, value. Output. This we already like finished with. We don't need it anymore. That was like testing. These we don't need anymore. These go with that. And we should put them somewhere. So we keep everything nice and neat. Let's see here. How can we do this? We could say, let's put that there, that there, that there. What's that like to the end? We'll say value adjective output. Then we'll just say like effort table. Where do we want to put that? We'll just stick it kind of like over here. Okay. And then final output. Whoops, I need to grab these also. Horrible was awful, yeah. Start and adjective 1, adjective 2. Okay. Okay. All right. So where is this referencing from? U2 and S2. Oh, it's just like all in one. And that's kind of how they all work. They're all referencing two things. Why are there two different things here? These are like duplicate. I think this output is like an old thing. Has clocked in. These are like the accurate ones. These are old or something. Which one are we actually using? How are you doing today? Oh goodness, we're using like... How are you doing and clocked in? So we're using different ones for some reason. Weird. I don't know why it's like that. I guess we just have to go through and figure out what we're supposed to be using. What is the difference between these? These are like two completely different things. Oh, these were like the unweighted things. Oh. Okay, sorry, I think you can just hear it raining outside. Not sure why it's so loud. So these are the two that we're using, and we're not using this one because we didn't update it to use this. So we want to reference U2 for this one. Because this one's referencing U, this one's referencing U, and this one's not. It's referencing V. So this one is supposed to be U. Okay, so hydrate wins the next stream. Okay, so this is just obsolete. Those are just old. So that is that. Sorry. Yeah, there's like a lot of rain. Let me make sure. I feel like it's not normally this loud. It might just be a really bad storm. Give me just a second. Oh yeah, everything's fine. It is just really coming down out there. Alright, so now we fix that. So this is much better than it was before. It's like all condensed now. Just don't want it to get out of hand. I mean, it's already, look at all this. But, so that's good. Save. Cool. Cool. Chat modes. I don't know if I'd want to finish on that, but we can get started. So let's say let's make, this is something we'll edit more often, so let's insert some cells here. And we're going to call it chat modes, chat mode selector. Okay, so the modes will be starting, middle, and ending. Okay, and then for the selector, we can do a data validation from a list from here. Okay, and so now we can select whichever mode, and then we'll want an ifs statement. So equals ifs. Okay, so if Q7 is equal to starting, then this cell will be something. We'll just say S7 for now. And then we'll copy the whole thing. Okay, if it's equal to middle, then the value will be S8, and then S9 if it's ending. Okay, so we'll say 1, 2, 3. So it's not working. If Q7 is equal, I think we need quotation marks probably is the reason it's not working. There we go. So starting, middle, and ending. So now, instead of 1, 2, 3, we just need to know which chat messages we want to show up more at the start, middle, and end, and get these to equal them. Maybe we would just use different weights for that. Like we could make it to where like the hellos and how are you doings show up earlier, like closer to starting, and then for ending it could be more when are the next streams and I have to go now. I'm thinking maybe the best way for that is just to have multiple weights, because otherwise you'd need to get all 3 in their own categories, but it's not that towards the start of the stream nobody, or towards the end of the stream nobody says hello, because like people can get there at all different times. So if we had different weights and we just tell it to use a different weight based on that, that's probably the best approach. So I think I'll leave it there for now, and I'll put a little brainstorming note. One list with 3 sets of weights. And that is probably the approach we'll take for that. Format the front end. I like this font. I don't know if I like the font for the whole redeem though. That feels a bit weird. Some color would be nice. What is like a different font color that we can use? I don't know, red seems like red, orange, and yellow don't seem like great choices. Maybe we can go for green. Does that work? We'll try it for a little bit. Maybe it'll grow on me. Because I didn't super like the text at first either, like the font, but now I really like it. We did Infinity Cube, we just did it. Mike Scritchies, I like Mike Scritchies. You're gonna get scritched. Oh, sorry. What's that? A little lower. To the left, okay. You want me to go in circles? Okay. You're being kind of picky about this. I'm gonna do some with some light breathing because I like the way that sounds. I need to turn this up just a little bit. Right as the motorcycle drives by. Perfect. Perfect. It's a new type of ASMR, guys. It's motorcycle from outside. It's everyone's favorite. It's the brand new hit. It's the ASMR equivalent of a platinum album. Is motorcycle driving outside. Hello, productive heater. Hello. That was Mike Scritchies for commanding envelope. Goodness. I don't even think that was my chair. I think that was just the house. My goodness. Let's see here. Hydrate. I will always accept to hydrate. Smooth Poster has clocked in 7 times. That's how many streams we've had. Smooth Poster's been here every single time. now that we're on the simpler mic setup, I'm gonna try it again a different way this time, and we'll see kind of what happens. Oh, hello, Goose. Hey. Yeah, it's been a while. We've made, I can't remember the last time you were here, but we've made a couple changes. So, yeah, I don't know. There are the VODs if you want to go back and watch. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep doing it, but I'm just highlighting every VOD. But I only get, I think, 100 hours of storage time, which is enough for a good, like, 50 streams or so. But, and then we changed a bunch of stuff over here, too. How have you been? How have you been? Anyhow, I'm gonna try and do these ear licks with this new mic setup. Been great. I have this whole week off, so I'm able to stay up late. That's good, that's good. I'm pretty good. A little overwhelmed, I guess, with some of the streaming stuff. Not like super overwhelmed, I just feel like I'm being pulled in a bunch of different directions, but some stuff's getting done, and then some stuff is kind of just on the back burner. I'm being really bad about commissioning an actual PNG tuber. I keep kind of going back and forth on it, and it's just a lot of money. So I guess I'm trying to be careful. It's not that like I'm being lazy about it. It's just I keep getting like worried that I'm gonna do the wrong thing, but I'm still making progress on it. I think I have a good artist, but I still need to reach out to them and see. Just ask them like a couple different questions and stuff. So yeah, pretty good. You have the whole week off from work or from, I'm guessing it's probably more likely school, huh? Or like university or something? You don't have to say if you don't want to. But I'm glad you get a break. Oh, from work. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I got like Friday off. I mean, I don't know, I kind of get whatever days I want off for the most part. I kind of work my own schedule, but I can only afford to take so many days off, so I went ahead and worked a little bit on Christmas so that I could just take all of Friday off. Alright, I'm gonna try and do these ear licks real quick. I'm gonna try it a couple different ways and see what sounds the best. That was ear licking for smooth bread. Smooth bread. I feel like smooth bread is not a good thing. I feel like bread is supposed to have a little bit of texture to it. Sorry, excuse me. Bit of texture to it. Do you have any trigger requests, Goose? Commanding House is giving an agreeable 62% effort today. Rubik's Cube, we can do Rubik's Cube. I haven't gotten to do any today. Let's scramble it up. Oh, you ended up buying one? That's cool. Have you ever had one or like played with one significantly before, or this is the first time? Alright, I'm gonna try and solve this. Let's see here. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Shouldn't be that hard. I mean, I wouldn't call it easy. It kind of depends. Like, if you look up a guide, it's really easy to learn. Like, you just have to, like, basically kind of memorize the different steps. So it's not hard to learn, but it is hard to, like, you know, it's like the difference between like learning multiplication or inventing multiplication. Like, inventing it's probably a lot harder than just having someone teach you out of a book. Oops. Oh, we're good. And oh, I messed up. I was almost done. Let's see here. So it's not that there's one way to solve it. Basically, like, a group of moves is called an algorithm. And so you'll memorize different algorithms or groups of moves that will do certain things. And I'm sorry, let me focus for a second so I don't mess this up again. All right. Sorry, sometimes if I'm not focusing, I mess up the last step. All right. All right, that took longer than it should have, but I finished. Not nervous, it was just, I don't know, whenever I get to the end, there's like a faster way to do it and a slower way to do it, and I tried to do the faster way, which takes like more thinking, but then I was like talking at the same time, and I think I just like skipped one of the turn backs, is what I usually do. But yeah, there's basically, if you're trying to solve it on your own, like what you're trying to do is figure out, like, can I find 4 or 6 turns that will move 3 of the pieces but won't move anything else? And then that would be an algorithm that you can use. And so you would, you know, that's basically what the whole cube is. It's like every time you solve it, it's different, because every time you're starting to solve it, it's in a different place. But then you're just using those same algorithms over and over. So you'll say like, oh, I want to move these 3 pieces, but I don't want to move anything else. And so you use the algorithm for that. And then it's, I want to twist these 2 pieces without changing anything else. And so you use whichever algorithm is that. So it's less about just like trying to solve the whole thing at once, and more like kind of think of it like those little, like those sliding puzzles where it's like, you know, there's, oh, whoops, sorry, grabbing the wrong thing, where you'll have like 16 squares and it'll be a like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's probably a faster way to do this. 9, and this would be 13. Let me grab these. Does dragging it like this work? Nope. I tried. 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. Like one of these where you're moving stuff around, and then like as you solve the first part, you're like trying not to, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's like a slidey puzzle. It's not always numbers, but sometimes it's like a picture and there's one empty space and you slide it around. A Rubik's Cube is kind of like that, where you're trying to get some of it in place towards the top, and then as you get closer to the end, you have less room to work with, and you're trying to find ways to, again, just reshuffle these last three without messing up everything that you already did. So, I will say it's like, I did learn how to do it on my own, but each algorithm probably took, and I mean, this was when I was a kid, but it probably took me from age 7 maybe when I got my first one until like, I think I was like 14 or 15 when I finally figured it out, the last step. Sorry, I have tried everything with this chair. I've gotten it to stop squeaking, but I can't get it to stop creaking. I've tightened every bolt. I've put little spacers between it and everything, and it just does not help. But anyhow, you should definitely try it without just like learning it, because once you learn it, like if you just look up how to do it, that I feel like that kind of takes the fun out of it. But there's also like no shame in looking it up after, I don't know, a while. Because even the way that I figured out how to do it, some of the steps were super inefficient, and I looked up like the real way to do it later, and I was like, oh, this takes, you know, 1/10 as long, and that's the way that I do it now. But I think it's really only one of the steps that I use the lookup thing, and everything else I use is still the other way that I did it, or learned to do it, figured out how to do it. But good luck. If you have questions, you can always let me know, and I'll do my best to help you without like giving it away if I can. Let's see here. We got head pats for Lazy Banana. Oh no, yeah, there's guides everywhere. Sometimes they even come with the cube themselves, but yeah, there's a guide on the website, and then you can look up other guides from people, and there's different people take different approaches. There's some that are better suited for beginners, that are slower, but they're easier to keep track of, because it's just like, yeah, let me move like 1 or 2 pieces into place at a time, and then there'll be more difficult ones where they're trying to move like 5 or 6 pieces into place at a time, or something like that. That's not an exact thing, but there's definitely like different approaches, and you can find like beginner ones and then move up, or you can just start with the complicated ones, but those might be a little hard to keep track of, and they also might not necessarily teach you as much, because like if you're going from knowing nothing to learning the really complicated ones, you might not really understand what it's doing, and it won't really help you learn. Where the simple beginner ones, it's like, oh, okay, I kind of can see how this is working and have an idea of how I could apply this somewhere else maybe. Brave Voidling is giving a terrible 32% effort today. Yeah, I think that's something we didn't have the last time you were here. Now the percent of effort given in a day is, it has a corresponding adjective. That was head pats for Lazy Banana. every time a lazy person has come up on the chat redeems today, it's been like over 70%. I think 2 of them were 90%. It's amazing. We got Good Boy for Brave Candy Bar. We're gonna have to read the terms and conditions for the good trigger. The calling and or defining of any boy, girl, or other entity as good or bad by Generic Corporation LLC Inc., hereinafter referred to as Generico, or any of its employees, subsidiaries, or affiliates, does not necessarily reflect the views of Generico. Furthermore, Generico accepts no responsibility, legal or otherwise, for any actions taken under the assumption that any such statements are true. By continuing to watch the stream, you are automatically implying agreement with these terms and conditions. Yeah, I've had the terms and conditions for a while, but good boy and good girl or whatever doesn't come up all the time, so I don't always have to read them. I think the first time it came up, you might have been here, but I forgot to read it. I got in trouble. We got to make sure that, you know, people don't take this too seriously. We don't want any legal repercussions for spreading misinformation. My company is very, what is the word? Litigious? Litigious? I don't know. It's supposed to be like the word legal and then something to imply that they're like very specific about their legal stuff. I want to make like a pre-recording of this so that I can play it and not have to read it every time, and I'll go by like super quick, like in those infomercials. Anyhow, now that everybody has agreed to the terms and conditions, we can do the trigger for Brave Candy Bar. I don't know why I always struggle with this too. Good boy, Brave Candy Bar. Good boy. You're such a good boy, Brave Candy Bar. Such a good boy. Good boy, Brave Candy Bar. Terms and conditions apply. When is the next stream? It will be... We might do a gaming stream right after this. I'm not sure yet. It depends. And then maybe another gaming stream in the middle of the week. And ASMR probably next week. Again, depending on my refrigerator situation. I have to repair my refrigerator. Do you have any other trigger requests, Goose? Or do you want to just go with what the randomizer picks? I've also got some other new stuff on our to-do list. I want to make like a new triggers. Again, I'm not sure the last time you were here. We have like light breathing and wind blowing and scissors are new. I think you were here for the scissors, but I don't know if it actually like popped up. I know that you said they sounded nice though. So yeah, I don't know, it's any of these things basically still. Oh, we got our first cat GIF. I highlighted it on the channel, or I think I made a clip. If you wanna watch it, it's also a short on the YouTube channel now. We have some stuff on the YouTube channel, not very much. Actually, no, I take it back. The cat's GIF has not been uploaded to the YouTube channel yet. I made it, but I didn't upload it. Take off a little over here, a little bit over here. You know what? I'm gonna switch to the left and right mic. Well, I'm gonna try to. There we go. right side, a little off the left. Sorry, I think I accidentally turned the gain down a bit. I don't have two mics. I just have the Blue Yeti, and it has a stereo mode that it's not like a true left and right, but it simulates it somehow. But it doesn't work particularly well. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep bumping this. Let me move this out of the way. So it doesn't work as well as a true stereo mic, but it still works a little bit. And a little bit off the top. And you're bald. You have the same haircut as me now. Bald, shiny rock. Oh, wait, I missed a little. Here we go. There you go. Completely bald. You're welcome. But yeah, it doesn't work so well with the triggers, but with the talking, I feel like it works a little better. And then with some of the triggers, it works better right to left. And then it also, depends on if you're wearing headphones is better than speakers or more noticeable. Oh, but this was something else that I wanted to work on, is like some type of Mad Libs mini roleplay generator where it will, like where I can, sorry, I'm switching back to mono. There we go. Where it'll basically be a Mad Libs, but for a roleplay, and it'll randomly generate a bunch of these. And I'll have to simulate like an ASMR roleplay out of it. I'm not sure if that idea is going to pan out, but it's an idea I had. Oh, the YouTube channel, I forgot. We got the Spell It Out redeem, the secret one that has a weight of 1. That's posted on the YouTube channel. And then there's another short, and then maybe I'll upload the cat's gif right after we get off. But it's also, I know it's highlighted on the Twitch channel already. I'm trying to get better of going through and taking out small clips. I don't really want to do too much on YouTube in terms of the ASMR, but I know it's better for discoverability than Twitch is, so. And then like my regular YouTube channel, I have that one commercial parody up, and I'm hoping to post some other stuff. So we'll see. I'm getting there. I'm just distracted on a bunch of stuff. Probably the next thing I really need to focus on is getting my model though, because like I said, once I commission it, it's probably still going to be like 2 or 3 weeks before I actually get it. Typing again. This is like the 4th time today, but go ahead and do it. That's almost certainly not how you spell it. It's close, but it's probably wrong. Typing for red shirt. Oh, whenever people clock in, it says how many times they've clocked in. It doesn't actually keep track though. Goodness. Sorry. I've got to do something about this chair. But it spits out like a random number for how many times they've clocked in. Trying to think of what else is new. Oh, I have a loading, like a stream loading screen. I still need to work on it though. I use it at the beginning of stream, but I'll probably not upload it to YouTube until I like finalize it. I don't really like my dialogue on it is whispering, and I might change it to more of talking because the whispering sounds a little weird. I think the thing is like my dialogue during the loading screen is supposed to have like some feeling to it, and right now, because I'm whispering, it's hard to kind of like change the cadence and everything. So I might redo my dialogue and then use the new one and like upload the new one. Yeah, I added some stuff down there. I can't remember everything that I added. I know there's like a little bit of lore down there now. Let me see. Let me actually like pull it up so I can see, because I hate that about section because, oh goodness, that's loud. Okay. There we go. Yeah, these panels down here, I'm sorry, this stupid chair. Goodness. Yeah, that's right. I added lore. I don't know. These panels are like one of the only things that you can't change from like your channel manager for some reason. You have to like go to your actual channel. It's really weird. But yeah, I don't know. I still need to update some more of it eventually. I don't know. I just kind of add stuff as I think about it. So but yeah, I work on a whole floor of our headquarters that I have to myself because they fired everybody else. And that's why sometimes you can hear people walking overhead. The floor above mine is a lot busier than mine. Doesn't happen that often though, but sometimes. Brave Bread is giving a pitiful 2% effort today. Disgusting. I don't really know. Like they hired me at the same time that they fired everyone, and so I'm just like literally like the only person on the floor. Like I'm not supposed to be a supervisor, but the fact that I'm the only person here kind of makes me like head of the ethics department. They fired the entire ethics department. It's just me now. And so I'm just hoping nobody notices and cashing my checks and streaming during work and trying to pad my resume. My ultimate goal is to be CEO of the whole Generico, but that might be a while. I'm gonna do a stretch for bursting race car. But yeah, I guess I'm the supervisor, and all the viewers are like little employees that I have no authority to be hiring, but you know, whatever. No one's here to tell me no. I can do some matte tracing for Speedy Shirt. Oh, Goose, do you have any nouns or adjectives that you want to add to the username pool? I added complicated and control panel today. I think we have fox. Oh, we have fox and we have yak. That's a good question. Like, I know what a yak is. It's kind of like... It's like a cow, sort of. It's like... I think it's like the woolly mammoth version of a cow, essentially. Like, it's got very, very much like cow-like features in the head and the mouth and everything. But it's like extremely furry. So I think it lives in like very cold climates. And then its horns are... I think they're not like a bull. Like, I feel like a bull's horns kind of point forward to stab you with, but a yak's horns kind of go out to the side, like... I'm struggling to think of another animal where the horns go to the side. But, yeah, I don't know. You'd have to look up a picture. It's kind of a unique animal, I guess. But essentially a very furry cow. Like a cow with a winter coat. That was matte tracing for Speedy Shirt. And Productive Shirt is giving an adequate 59% effort today. Ooh, I'll take a hydrate. And I was really only gonna go until like the hour was over, so we're actually at like 10 minutes over, so I think I'm gonna end here kind of soon. Did you have any other requests, Goose, or anything else you want to chat about? Can you hear the train in the background, by the way? Oh, you can? I need to figure out a better way to suppress. I think my door is a little messed up. Because there's a door in this room that leads to outside, and I don't think there's a tight enough air seal around it. I need to do something about that. That was Finger Flutters for Hot Candy Bar. Any requests, Goose? You don't have to, I'm just asking. Mic scratches, we can do that. I've been experimenting with like light breathing with the mic scratches. I feel like it sounds kind of nice. Let's see here. mic scratches for Goose. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, but thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your day, Goose, and good luck with your Rubik's Cube tomorrow. Again, feel free to ask questions if you want, and hopefully I will see you next stream. I probably will play a game of Balatro here in about 15 minutes. I'm going to take a short break and highlight the VOD and stuff, and maybe upload that YouTube video, because like it's just sitting on my hard drive. It's ready, I just didn't do it yet. So yeah, anyhow, have a good rest of your day or night